Well, we received a nice press release from Barbara Lahan from the Northern Inyo Healthcare District. And Barb writes that local communities have proven over and over again that when they come together, great things can happen. The same thing can be said in healthcare, which is why the new partnership between Northern Inyo Healthcare District and Pioneer Home Healthcare is shaping up to be a win-win for communities. Now, under the new partnership, Pioneer Home Healthcare gains new resources, a closer working relationship with providers, and the support of Northern Inyo Healthcare District's leadership and team. Meanwhile, Pioneer remains its own entity, offering the same services, the same level of care, and the same compassion and understanding to those who invite its staff into their homes. Pioneer staff remains the same. Its volunteer board of directors will continue with oversight until retirement comes calling. The organization's founder will remain at the helm. That would be Pat West. The road to the collaboration has been a long one for Pioneer founder Pat West, a public health nurse who fell in love with home health care. West moved to Bishop to raise her children away from Southern California. She fell in love with the community and its people, but wondered where home health care fit in. And in 1990, West and co-founder Susan Bravo launched Pioneer. Now, after Bravo stepped away a few years later, Pat West found herself, her staff, and Pioneer's board of directors growing the nonprofit to better meet the needs of the community. Now, during the past 28 years, 3 distinct services have been established. First and foremost is Pioneer's constant service, home health care. Now, state licensed and Medicare certified, Pioneer Home Health Care provides skilled intermittent medical and rehabilitation services visits to the homebound who are under the care of their physician. Services range from wound and ostomy care to pain management, and from educational efforts to restoring mobility and strength. Pat West said, "We really work to empower people to be more independent and to be more knowledgeable about their own health management. We bring exceptional care into the home with innovation and compassion to enhance the quality of life of those we serve. That's our mission," end quote. Obviously very important here in our community. Urge you to see our website, sierrawave.net, for that full press release, and we thank Barb Lahan for that. Well, the 2019 Eastern California Museum calendar highlighting people in Inyo County now available. John Klusmeyer writes that Inyo County's stunning landscapes, whether towering mountain peaks or sprawling deserts, can quickly become the focus for anyone trying to explain the county's many charms. But the cast of characters that have paraded through the county's history can be just as interesting as the landscapes they inhabited. The 2019 Eastern California Museum calendar puts those hardy Inyo County residents in the spotlight. Quick glance through the calendar's photos confirms the theme: you meet the most interesting people in Inyo County. Now, the cover shows a rather arresting scene: a dead body in the dusty street being completely ignored by 6 people who are ultimately looking at their watches, talking amongst themselves, or otherwise not looking at the dead guy. At least they weren't looking at their cell phones. It was not a scene of callous disregard for mankind. It was a scene from a long ago movie shoot in Lone Pine. Also among the featured photos is a trio of handsome rodeo cowboys, big smiles, big waves, and shiny shirts. Showing a bit of adolescent grit are the Lone Pine boys and girls that make up a somewhat intimidating biker gang as they straddle their bikes and gather on the steps of the building housing the studio of photographer Alan Ramsey. 2019 Eastern Sierra Museum calendar available at the museum. Grant Street and Independence, just $10. Order over the phone. John will mail you one. Calendar, $13 to cover the postage and tax. Credit card orders also accepted over the phone. Calendar is also available at many outlets in the Eastern Sierra. It's what I've been using in our studio for years now. Full press release posted on sierrawave.net. We got an interesting press release noting that an aerial arts community is blossoming in Bishop. Wakeful Ascent Aerial Arts, this is founded and run by Santa Cruz transplant Sarah Kaiser, took off from within the Sierra Shanty Yoga Studio in June of 2018. Now, after drilling 4 anchors into the roof infrastructure and rigging fabric aerial silks From the ceiling to the floor, the yoga studio run by Meredith Jabi was transported into a official combined yoga, dance, and aerial art space, the first of its kind in the Eastern Sierra. Aerial silks originated as a circus discipline 31 years ago. The apparatus, often confused for curtains, is usually made of polyester or nylon, not really silk. This versatile activity can be practiced as a form of exercise, art, and/or performance, and is slowly but surely becoming more familiar to those outside the circus community. Wakeful Ascent Aerial Arts honored to contribute to that emerging awareness. Wakeful Ascent Aerial Arts runs monthly courses for adults, beginner to advanced levels. Urge you to see their Facebook page, and you can also email for more information, wakefulascent@gmail.com. All right, we'll be back with a weather report and a little bit more news.